Ever had one of those moments where you have an amazing idea in your head, but when you go to write it down, it's just a complete jumble? Yeah, we've all been there. Well, in this explainer, we're going to learn a super simple but really powerful method to fix that. We're talking about turning that chaos into paragraphs that are totally crystal clear.
So before we jump into the solution, let's just ask a quick question. What is it that actually makes a paragraph easy to read? You know, what makes it flow and get the main point across without any confusion? It really all comes down to one thing: structure.
Okay, take a look at this. It's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. The sentences are just all over the place, right? It's almost impossible to follow the story. This is exactly the kind of jumbled mess we're going to learn how to fix.
So how do we sort out that mess? With a really simple but awesome tool called the TSC Method. It's a 3-part framework that's going to help you write clear, effective paragraphs every single time.
So, what does TSC stand for? It's simple: topic, support, and conclusion. Your topic sentence, that's your big main idea. It tells everyone what you're about to talk about. Then you've got your supporting sentences. These are your details, your proof, your examples. They back everything up. And finally, the conclusion sentence. That just wraps it all up with a nice little bow. See? Super simple, but it works like a charm.
Okay, enough with the theory. Let's see how this thing actually works in the real world. We're going to walk through an example together and use our new TSC method to unscramble a paragraph. All right, here's our jumbled paragraph. Let's break it down with TSC. First up, we need the topic sentence. Which one introduces the main idea? Looks like sentence C is our winner. Now for the support. Which sentences are giving us the details? A and B fit perfectly. And finally, the conclusion that ties it all together, that has to be sentence D. And here it is, all put together. So much better, right? It's way clearer and so much easier to follow. We kick things off with the main idea, we follow up with the supporting details, and we end with a solid conclusion.
All right, you've seen how it's done. Now, it's your turn to practice. We've got 3 challenges lined up for you. Are you ready to put those new skills to the test?
Let's do this. Get ready for your very first challenge.
Okay, here we go, your first challenge. Take a look at these sentences. It's a little story about a trip to the park. Your job is to unscramble them and put them in the right order. Go ahead and pause right here, think it through, and pick your answer from the options. Let's see what you've got.
So, did you figure it out? The correct answer is C. That's B-D-A-C-E. Let's take a look at what the final paragraph looks like. See how much better that flows? It starts with the main event, gives us all those supporting details in a logical order, and then wraps it up with a nice concluding thought. That's the TSC method for you.
Awesome job on that first one. Feeling warmed up? Ready for round 2?
Now this one's a little bit different. These sentences describe a process, so you've got to put the steps in the right order. Go ahead and pause, and let's see you build this sandwich. All right, pencils down. Let's see how you did. The correct sequence is B-A-C-D-E. This paragraph is all about chronological order, step by step. It kicks off with the very first step, and every sentence after that just follows the process, all the way to that delicious conclusion.
Fantastic work. You're getting the hang of this. We've got one last challenge to really make you a master. Here it comes.
For this final challenge, we're looking at a problem and a solution. See if you can spot the problem, then line up all the steps to solve it, and finally, find the result. Pause here and give it your best shot. And the final answer is D, as in B-A-C-D-E. Let's take a look at the finished product. This is a classic problem-solution paragraph. The very first sentence tells us the problem. The next few sentences walk us through the solution step by step. And that last sentence, it shows us the awesome result. And you did it! You've learned the TSC method and you've practiced it. This is more than just a little trick for unscrambling sentences, you know. It's basically a writing superpower that gives your ideas real clarity and impact. So when all is said and done, what's the big takeaway? Just remember TSC. T for topic, start with your main point. S for support, back it up with all your details. And C for conclusion, finish strong. If you can remember that, you're going to be writing amazing, clear paragraphs every single time. So there you have it. You've now got this awesome key to clarity in your writer's toolbox. It doesn't matter if it's an email, a school paper, or just a story you want to tell. You know how to make it clear. So the only question left is, what story are you going to tell?